Jessa Duggar is hearing it from critics at the moment. The former reality star and her husband took their children to a tourist attraction in Arkansas over this past weekend, introducing all 5 kids to Ark Encounter, a life-size version of Noah's Ark, where guests can explore 3 levels of exhibits, along with attractions like a playground and a zoo. We'll save our judgment for that sort of experience for another time. In response to this family outing, critics decided to judge Jessa for something else entirely, something unrelated to whether or not one believes Noah's Ark ever existed. As you can see in the Instagram photo below, Jessa's 3-year-old daughter, Fern, appeared to have barefoot during this trip. Had the best time visiting the Ark Encounter last month. Highly recommend. Jessa wrote in her caption, not mentioning her toddler's lack of footwear. Users on Reddit wasted little time in zooming in on Fern's bare feet, with one individual remarking, "If you want them barefoot at home, fine. But these people with kids barefoot in public places, it's just gross." Duggar is no stranger in being called out for being an irresponsible parent, with some folks dragging Jessa for her messy home, just to cite one example. The idea of being unclear was a theme in this latest instance as well. Jessa is honestly just a slob, another commenter wrote this week, adding of her spouse. Ben didn't know this when he married her, but I bet this is a point of contention. He usually is put together and well-groomed. Jessa is a mess and lets the kids look the same. A third person pointed out that Jessa isn't the only mom in her family to have been spotted doing something such as this. What is it with these girls? They have an aversion to wearing shoes or the appropriate kind. I'm talking to you, Jessa, Jill, and Joy, the user wrote. To be fair, there were some folks out there who rushed to Duggar's defense amid this torrent of criticism, especially when considering the number of children Jessa must account for. Kids are frequently barefoot/shoeless/ wearing inappropriate footwear because they are kids. Am I missing something? One person wrote, while another mostly agreed as follows. Maybe something happened to the shoes. They got wet. They broke, the bottoms tore off. Sometimes these posts are a bit ridiculous when nobody knows the situation. Over the years, the Duggar family from 19 kids and counting has come a long way. Although TLC canceled the show, Duggar News followers know that most of the kids have continued to get married and have kids of their own. They were already familiar with the ones who tied the knot in the show itself. This includes Jessa and Ben Seawald. Since they tied the knot, they have had 5 kids. They often document their family's adventures through social media. But there are moments when the audience gets really upset with some of their actions, especially Jessa's. Well, something similar has happened, and fans are furious at her. What did she do? Jessa is known for making Duggar News headlines. She often does so by sharing updates about her adorable family of 5 kids and her husband, Ben Seawald. Earlier, there were rumors that they might be expecting their 6th pregnancy, but they have refused to respond to these speculations. On the other hand, Jessa really likes sharing all the adorable things her little kids say on social media to make fans gush. In a new Facebook post, Jessa said she was letting her kids watch the film Gods and Generals. There was a scene in it where General Jackson died and her daughter, Ivy, wanted to give him a hug before that. But many viewers frowned upon the fact that the mother of 5 let her kids watch a war film with tons of bloodshed. Well, fans pointed out another one of Jessa's parental errors after seeing a new post. It's not uncommon for Duggar family members to face heat from the public in many of their ways. Many Duggar News followers had issues with their lifestyle, even when they had just become stars on 19 Kids and counting. Even after TLC has canceled its show, some people continue to criticize its methods on social media platforms. Recently, Jessa put up pictures of herself and her kids going to the Ark Encounter. That's when an eagle-eyed viewer zoomed in on the pics to find out that one of her kids was barefoot. So, an intense discussion on Reddit began. Many began to list out the reasons why such a thing could be so dangerous for a little one. Another viewer also went to Ark Encounter's website to check out all the norms. There, a section said, proper attire, including shoes and shirts, must be worn at all times. After reading this, many began to slam Jessa yet again for making her kids break the rules of a public place. A lot of them started saying it was the case with many Duggar families. Over the years, there have many such incidents. Apart from Jessa, Her other sisters like Joy, Anna, and Jill also face the heat for not taking proper precautions when it comes to taking care of their kids.
What do you think about this?
Is the audience too harsh, or them, or are they actually at fault?